Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today we're going to be building IBCX number 6321, which is an SD40-2. This build is slightly improved over my previous SD40 series builds. I've made it a couple blocks longer to more accurately reflect the real life proportions and the longer front and back porches that the SD40 series has. So let's get into it here. Our first step is going to be to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler and hook it up. Delete the dark oak fence gates on either side of the coupler on the locomotive behind it and replace them with dark oak fence coming out. Underneath it, we're going to put a dark oak fence gate to be an air hose. Then we're going to take out polished blackstone stairs on the next block down and get 3 coming across the rails like this. On the outside edges, we put upside down outward facing stairs on each side. On the next level up, we put a polished blackstone block in the middle and then 2 forward facing upside down stairs to either side. Then we put a temporary block on top and 3 oak stairs upside down facing forward in the middle. Delete your temporary block. Now swing around behind that with a polished blackstone block and make this T-shaped pattern. Then, on bottom above each rail, put an end rod. Behind that, we need a 5x3 of polished blackstone blocks coming out to each side of the rails here. Then we're going to work on our wheels, so take out netherite, 1 block back from this, netherite on each rail with an end rod for the axle. Then blackstone stairs, upside down, back to back in a T-shaped pattern, coming 5 across the rails. So 5 that way, and 5 this way. Then our next set of wheels, so netherite on each rail again with an end rod axle. Then another blackstone stair, upside down in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern, coming 5 across the rails again. Then our last set of wheels, so another set of netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Take out a dark oak fence gate, open them into the end of the wheels there, and open them into the end of the wheels up here too. Now we're going to switch back to a polished blackstone block, and we're going to fill in this top middle 3 coming back to the back of this truck here. So keep bringing it down. We stop above those fence gates. Now we'll swing around underneath like this, another row of 3 polished blackstone and another row underneath it on bottom. Then on bottom here, we're going to put outward facing upside down polished blackstone stairs in a row that's 14 blocks long in total. Once you have 14 blocks, spin around, put 3 blocks across here, and then same thing over here, outward facing upside down stairs in a row 14 blocks long to connect up and frame in the fuel tank here. This is the part that I've made longer in order to make the locomotive longer and more correctly proportioned. Then we switch back to polished blackstone block and fill in this top middle 3 coming down here all the way to the end of this fuel tank. Stop right at the end of the fuel tank. Now we do our next set of wheels, so take out a block of netherite, skip 1 block back from this and get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then just like on the front, upside down blackstone stairs coming 5 across in a back to back T-shaped pattern here. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then back to blackstone stairs and another 5 across upside down back to back T-shaped pattern. And finally our last set of wheels, so netherite on each rail again with an end rod axle. Then dark oak fence gates get opened into the end of the wheels here and open them into the end of the wheels over here. Then we switch back to polished blackstone block and continue filling in this top middle 3 here. And we bring it all the way down to the end of the truck here above where those fence gates are. Then in front of that, we need to make a 5x3 coming across to each side of the rails here. So extend the middle down and up, and then out 2 to the side, and out 2 to this side. In front of that, we make a T-shaped pattern, and and we put an end rod down on bottom above each rail. Then polished black stone stairs, 3 across on bottom like this, and then on the sides upside down and facing outward. Then a polished black stone block in the middle, and on either side 2 upside down forward facing stairs. The top we switch to oak stairs and 3 upside down forward facing stairs. Then we swing around like this with a dark oak stair to be the coupler, delete the one we used for placement. Underneath we put a fence gate, and then we open a fence gate 2 to either side into the plow. Now we're going to come down on the side of the trucks here with a hopper. And everywhere there's a wheel, we're going to attach a hopper to it. Same thing here. So 3 hoppers on these wheels, and then we got to do the other side. Hoppers on these wheels. And 1 more corner to go. Hoppers on these wheels. Now switch to black stone slab and run a row of slabs on top of the truck here, going from the front wheel to the back wheel. Same thing up here. Then we got to do this side, so a row of slabs across the top of the truck over here. 1 more corner to go, going from wheel to wheel down here. Now we decide which end is the front. My front's going to be facing the void. So come on the front of the fuel tank here, and we're going to take out a player head. On the front, we put a player head on each side for a fuel cap. Then we turn and we put a sideways crimson sign to be a fuel gauge. Behind that, we're going to put a crimson button on each side to be a fuel shuttle. Then we're going to take out anvils, and we're going to run a row of anvils from by that button all the way to the back of the fuel tank. Do that on the other side as well. Run a row of anvils all the way back. This will be the air tanks. Now we're going to take a bell, and on the conductor side here, in front of the fuel tank, hang a bell. That button's not supposed to be there. Then we'll take out a chain, and we'll put a chain up in each of these corners, and then a chain in between here, a chain on each side in between here, and a chain on each side up in these corners. Now we take out oak slabs to be the stairs to get on the locomotive. And up in here, we put 3 slabs coming up on the bottom hip box of each block. Same thing over here. Then we have to do the other end, so same thing on the bottom hip box of each 3 block. Oak slabs coming up. And 1 more corner to go, 3 slabs here. Then we're going to take out yellow concrete on top here, and we're going to come 5 across, and we're going to fill this whole top end to end, with yellow concrete. Now we're going to come on the front here, and we're going to use blue concrete powder to more accurately reflect the color of blue. And this is what I was talking about with the longer front porch on this build. We're going to come on the top middle, and we're going to place one in the middle, and it's actually going to be on the 5th block back. Then on that side we put 3 and 3 here. Above that, white concrete wrapped around like this, but we leave a 1 block gap on that end. Then blue, same thing, leaving a 1 block gap on that end for a door. Then kitty corner to the outside here, we're going to put a row of 4 blue concrete powder on each side. Then 4 white concrete above it. Then above those in the middle, yellow concrete in the middle too, to be locomotive numbers. Blue concrete powder on either side of the yellow on each side, and then blue concrete in each of the 4 corners. Then we're going to take black stained glass panes for the side windows, and then we put 1 on each side of the front here. And because we're using concrete powder and it will fall, we're going to take out blue stained glass pane for the middle of the window right there. Then above the window on each side, we're going to put a row of outward facing warped stairs. Same thing over on this side. Then across these stained glass panes, 3 blue concrete powder, and and we'll fill the back with white concrete. We'll have to cover it with carpet later. We can't use the concrete powder because it will fall. Now we'll swing down and start working on the rear end of the locomotive. So come on down to the back with blue concrete powder. Same thing as the front. Put it in the middle on the 5th block back. Then we'll make a single row of blue concrete powder coming all the way up to meet with the cab here. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Kitty corner from that middle block and all the way forward to meet up with the cab. Above that, we're going to switch to white concrete and make a single row of white concrete coming all the way down to the rear end here. Then wrap it around the back and then start bringing white concrete forward on this side as well. All the way up to the cab. Come back down to the back with blue concrete and we're going to stack it up 3 more on each of the 3 back blocks. Then down here, we're going to extend blue concrete forward by 6 blocks on each side, and then another row of 6. So a 6 by 2 on each side. Above those, we're going to put a row of 6 bedrock to be the radiator vents. Same thing on this side. We can also fill in the middle with bedrock. In front of this, we'll make a column of 3 blue concrete powder on either side. Then we'll come up behind the cab here, still with our blue concrete powder. And we'll make a column of 3 coming up on this side. Then behind that, we're going to make a 2 by 3 coming back. So 2 high and 3 coming back. On this side, we just do the 2 by 3. We leave a gap up there by the cab for the door. Above that, we put 3 polished basalt stacked with the pattern in a vertical position. In between it, we'll go ahead and put bedrock. We can put bedrock in that middle block. Then we'll go ahead and take out our door here so it can hold up our concrete powder. We'll go ahead and put a door in that gap there. And since we have it out, we'll put the door up here on the nose on the other side as well. Then we switch back to blue concrete powder and put it above that door there. Now we're going to take out yellow concrete for the lettering. Starting from the back, put yellow concrete on top of this white concrete here, and we're going to start bringing it forward in a row of 7 blocks. Same thing over here, 7 yellow concrete on that side. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and fill in everything all around this, all the way to the top on each side with blue concrete powder. And just keep filling it all the way to the top here. In the middle, we'll just go ahead and put bedrock because concrete powder will fall. Now come down in front of this door, put 3 blue concrete powder coming backwards, and then 1 white concrete in front of the door to meet the stair. Up here, we put 2 blue concrete powder in front of the cab on the outside edge. Same thing on this side, 2 blue concrete powder there. Come up on the nose here, and we're going to put a string in this first middle block. That will allow us to crouch and put a carpet above it and above that door. Then that carpet can hold up a blue concrete powder block in the middle of the top there. Take out an oak button and put it on the top middle of the nose. That'll just represent a logo. Come around to the back here, and right above the white concrete in the middle, put an oak button as well. Now come on the rear top, 1 block in from the middle, and start with warped slabs and make a plus pattern. Then a second one and a third one, just like that. There's 3 fans back here. Now take out warped stairs, skip 1 block on the side in front of the bedrock there, and upside down facing backwards. Then we'll swing around to the side with polished blackstone brick stairs, and 4 of them facing outward, then 1 outward facing warped stair, and 1 forward facing warp stair. So same thing here, 4 polished blackstone brick stairs, 1 warped, and then 1 forward facing warp stair. Come above where this polished basalt is and put a 3x3 of warp slabs. Then we're going to line up with the middle of this dynamic brake radiator section, and in the middle put a slab and put 1 plus shape going forward and 1 going backwards. There's 2 dynamic brake fans. In this middle, knock out that block, and we're going to go ahead and take out a smoker. Put a smoker in there to be the exhaust. Then we're going to take out a trapdoor and put it in the middle of all of these fans. Now we're going to go ahead and get out a warp fence gate to be our horn. And we'll come up on the front middle here. And in these middle blocks, we're going to open 2 fence gates back to back on top here to be the horn. Then we're going to take out blue carpet and we're going to start filling in everywhere on the roof that we haven't built anything with blue carpet. So come around this exhaust and all around on this dynamic brake blister and in between all these fans here. Same thing up on this other side. And then all around these fans as well. So in between there and then these back 3. Now we're going to take out an oak fence for our railing, and starting on the front, come from the bottom, up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, and make it a 2x2. Same thing over here, from the bottom, up by 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, make it a 2x2, with the middle left open. On this side, we run up 4 from the bottom. Same thing here, start from the bottom and come up by 4. Then we switch to warp fence, start bringing it back. When we get here, we come up another 1 and over to connect to the cab. Same thing over here. Warp fence, 1, 2, 3, up by 1 and over to connect with the cab. Now we'll swing down to the rear end and do that one. So switch back to oak fence. And same thing as the front, start on bottom, come up 3, then over 1, up 1, over 1, and make it a 2x2. Same thing over here, up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, and make it a 2x2. Over here we start on bottom and come up by 4. Same thing here, up by 4. Then we switch to our warp fence, connect that there, and we'll start bringing warp fence all the way forward to the front of the locomotive here. Just keep it coming. When we get here, we come up by 1, then over 2, up another 1, and over to connect. Then we'll do the other side, still with our warped fence. So connect it there and start bringing it forward to the cab on this side. Just keep dragging it down here. There's no obstacles to go around on this side, so it's just one long straight row all the way up to connect. Now we'll do the blower, so take blue stained glass paints, skip 1 block behind the cab on this side, and make a row of 4 stained glass paints. Then 4 white, then another 4 blue, and another 4 blue. Now we have our blower. Now we're going to swing around on front with an item frame here, and on this top middle, we'll go ahead and we'll put an item frame up there with a glowstone for the headlight. Then, down on these fences, item frames with glowstone for the ditch lights. Take out a birch sign for your number plate, put 1 on the top left, and the number is 6321. Same thing on the other side, a number plate with 6321. Now we'll work on the rear end. So on the rear, 1 block down on the side, another number plate with 6321, and then 1 on the other side as well. Then take out an item frame, and in the top middle, 2 of them with glowstone for rear headlights. Run a ladder up the left-hand side. Then in this corner below the ladder, knock out that block and replace it with gray wool. Then we can go ahead and fill all of this back porch where nothing's built with gray carpet. And we can keep bringing the gray carpet forward all the way up to the front of the locomotive here. And even up on that stair and that stair. Come around the front, we'll put it on these stairs. And same thing, everywhere on this front porch where nothing's built, put gray carpet. And then up in front of that door as well. And then one there, one here, and start bringing that all the way up this side to connect with the carpet on the rear end. Now we'll do the interior. So come on in through this front door here, and we'll come up in the nose of the locomotive with a smooth stone slab. Stack up 2 slabs with an M portal on top of it for a toilet. Then we're going to continue stacking a row of 2 slabs across the middle of the cab here, coming all the way back. Behind here we stack them up to the level of the door. Then up in the front we stack a column all the way to the bottom of the window on each side here. Then we turn to the side and we stack it all up to the level of the door on the side. And then same thing over here, stack it up to that same level over here. Then we'll use slabs to make a little stair back there. Then we're going to come all the way up in this little bathroom here, and we're going to place a door there. Then we can go ahead and work on the rest of the cab here. We'll put an item frame in the middle with a compass for a gauge, a lever for the engineer, spin around, stairs for seats. Come back here, a sideways blast furnace, and glowstone to light it. Now our interior is done. Now we'll come up here on the nose, and we'll stand on it and crouch. And we're going to take out string and blue carpet. Put string above that toilet, crouch, and fill the middle with blue carpet, and then fill the rest of the nose with blue carpet. And there you have it, folks. We've completed IBCX number 6321 in SD42. I hope you enjoyed building it as much as I did. And I think it looks a little better now that I've had that extension put in the correct length front and back porches. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.